struggles you've had, you've now been able to answer them. So question 1, so this is our solutions. We're going to do them together, then this will be posted up. All right, so 200 adult shoppers at a supermarket were asked about the highest level of education. I'm going to underline that. So we have 200 adult shoppers. They were asked highest level of education they had and whether or not they smoked cigarettes. The results are in the table below. Identify the who. So who is this data about? Yeah, the 200, and I'm going to go the 200 adult shoppers. We would, of course, accept adults. We would accept shoppers, too, but ideally 200 adult shoppers, just in case for the word. Everybody here, every single person is an adult shopper. That's the main thing that we want to understand. Every single person is an adult shopper.
Tomorrow. It's Friday.
It says Friday?
Apparently.
Why would they wait for Friday?
Because your colleagues,
but they have to take.
The last formal opportunity to test will be 5 to 7 on Friday. That's what this email.
Oh, yeah. So after the test then. All righty.
Well, I guess you're not going because you're taking.
Yeah, now you're not going. All right. Identify the variables. So what are the variables for each of these adult shoppers? What is being asked? So there's 2 questions. I heard both of them. I heard the first one, Gillian.
Whether they're smokers or not,
well,
the highest level of education.
Highest level of education. And I'm going to put this in brackets here. Because if you just said education, I would accept it, is what I'm saying. Shoppers, I'd accept shoppers over here. And the other one is whether or not, let's say whether or not they smoke. Cigarettes. I'll put that as. All right. What percent of shoppers? The first question is shoppers. So it's out of how many shoppers? It's over 200. It's out of 200. And of all the shoppers, how many had only a high school education? 32, which gives us an answer of? 0.16 or 16%. Now, just as a reminder, we are requiring you for you to show us the fraction. You can leave the answer as 0.16 or 16%. Either one is fine. But you must give me the fraction so that we can see you doing the work. Yes? It's over there. All right, next question. What percent of shoppers with only high school education were smokers? It's out of how many high school education?
93.
Out of 93. And it's still the 32. And we give an answer of, I don't know what. 34.4. About 34%. 34.4%, 0.344. All that is acceptable. What percent of smokers had only high school education? So this is out of 50, and there's 32 of them. So 0.64, which is 64%. Okay, questions on this?
Nope.
I think the next page is where we're going to have to slow things down and how to do it.
Maybe the page after that.
Okay.
No, wasn't that bad. This one wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Some people depending on how well you did it on the day of that lesson, right? All right. Again, this will be posted onto the Google Classroom for today so that you can see along with the video that we are doing right now. So you'll hear me talking as well as all those side conversations. All right. So we are going to make a two-way table. And this one says by column and non-smoker.
What does relative mean?
Ah.
Okay, no, relative means what? Relative frequency, relative
percent.
Percent. Yeah.
So high school, 2-year, 4-year, and total. Now, we know the total should be 1, which is the same thing as 100%. I like to do it, I think as we've been talking about, I'm going to put in percent, in parentheses, the percent. So we know the total should be 100%. Writing these relative frequency tables as percentage will help you in the segmented bar graph. So, there were 50 here, 50 smokers, and there were 150 non-smokers. So that's all the word I like to do right there, because I need to know that. So each one of the smokers, high school, is going to be out of how many? Out of 50. So this is out of 50, this is out of 50, this is out of 50, and then we're going to look to our table.
I have to show the fractions on the.
You do not. You do not need to show that for here, but this is some way to just help you organize. Just make sure you're doing it correctly. So how many high school smokers? 32 out of 50, which is 0.64, or you can go directly 64%. That's the main thing. All right, next one. And again, if you want to just do equal and you understand the connection to 64%, some of you were having troubles when there's only one decimal number. My advice to you yesterday was to always write at least 2 numbers. So if you don't see a second number, add a 0. And that will help you remember, like, 0.9 is 90%, so that you see 2 numbers. All right, how many 2 years? 5, which is 0.1. 0, which gives me 10%. And there were 13 here, which is 0.26, which is 26%. Non-smokers, they're going to be out of how many? 150. Out of 150. Out of 150. How many high school non-smokers? Yeah, do you have questions? Make pages 61, which gives us 0.4. Is it 40 or 44? What is it? 0.40. So 40%. Next one is? Oh, it is blocked. 17 over 150, which is, I don't have the answer, so you're helping me out. 0.11, so 11%. 70. 48. Well, what's the next number after the 8? 48 what? It was 0.48 something, so it's actually closer to 0.49. But if you did 48, we're not going to be sticklers on that. We can do because some of you are going to go, it has to add up to 100. Yeah, and I think the next number was greater, the next number after the 8 was greater than 5. So 48 or more, 49 is the more acceptable one, but we would not get you if you did 48%, okay? All right, now that I have this information, I can make this. So on my table, on my graph, I'm going to label the bottom. Smoker, non-smoker, and this is relative frequency. Did you label the sides? We will deduct points for you. And there's one other label that I have not yet done. What is the other label that is missing? Yes. What is it? Oh, I thought I heard. No. Okay. The main thing in there is that we have that it's shoppers. And you should actually have whether they smoke or not. That's the variable. Whether they smoke or not is the variable. Smoker, non-smoker are what? Smoker, non-smoker is the what? Is the responses. So the variable is still whether or not they smoke, so that we should definitely still have that whether or not they smoke on the bottom. Now, some of you are using the key, so I like to use the key still. So I'm going to do blank as my high school. I like to use then the slashes as my next one, which will be 2 year. And then we'll color it in for the last one, which will be 4 year. If you would like to just write it in directly next to each bar, we will accept that as well. It's just better visually as well, and it allows myself and Miss Page to quickly grade you if we have that key. All right, and now we got to do this one. We know it goes up to 100% here. Halfway is around right here. That's about halfway, right? And so then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. It's kind of like a one or the other type of thing. So I could give you the graph paper or I can give you just the bars. So I decided to give you the bars on this one, so that it makes it a little bit easier. But it makes the lining up a little bit. Just don't have a huge, gigantic gap between some of them. Like don't start 100 here, like 90 is here, and it goes to 100 up there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Relatively close. Is that good? All right. Where does my first line for smoker go to? 64%. So right around right here. And that's it. And if you would like to, you could write high school inside. No, for me, high school is blank. All right. Now, a lot of people are still struggling. The next one. What is the next one?
The next one is alive.
The next number was 10%. But where do I draw the line for the next one? Yeah, so 64 plus 10 gives me 74%. So the next one's going to go to 74% right there. And that's my 2 year, which means everything else. That's my 4 year. The line should stack cumulative, we call it cumulative relative frequency. No, you do not need to label a side because you have the key there, but I like to just double it up. If you did it this way and you didn't do this, I would accept it, is what I'm saying. So if you do both, you're kind of good covering yourself. All right, next one. Where does my first line go for non-smokers? 40%. My next one is 11%, which means it goes, yes, to 51. And that means the rest is 4 years.
So he's putting those in there because we can just look at it and see that's 4 years. It's fine. I'm going to show you. Look. It's right there.
Other option, if you don't like to draw that much, I do polka dots. I do the dots as my other option too. Boop, boop, boop. Makes it a little easier. And that's it. I might dot plot question. We're working on making a dot plot. We have it here going from 10 all the way to 20. We have the graph paper here to help you out. So I made this graph paper here so that we can just draw it right on it. Actually, I'm going to draw this one on the bottom one.
And then we have graph paper if you need it for tomorrow too. And your cheat sheet that I gave you the day before is also graph paper.
Yeah, so if you really don't like and you feel like it's not enough, or you just want to go on a separate graph piece of paper, please feel free to do so.
Wait, you can't use the bottom? Yeah, you can.
Or whatever you want to. Some people are like, I want the graph line so that I can see a little better. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I decided to skip. You do not have to skip. Yours might be very small. That's fine. How do we label the bottom? What do we label the bottom?
Credit hours.
Credit hours. Yes. We are looking for you to write credit hours on this or whatever the variable is. And the side is going to be what? Frequency. Yes, you can abbreviate it as FREQ if you'd like to.
What is the number between 10 and 12?
Huh?
10 and 11?
Yeah.
It looks like the past.
1, 2, 3. Now these ones are in order. I left a little space here, but we can just do it that way. So the first one is going to be right here. We got 1, 10.
Are we always supposed to skip?
No.
It's just to make me.
Yeah, because I sometimes, if you want to fit it in there, that's going to be fine. But it's also visually so that when you look it up here and you look on your solution key and you look it back to it, you'll be able to see it clearly. So 1, 10. How many 11s?
2.
How many 11s? 0. How many 12s? 2. How many 13s? 14s? Actually, I could have just do this. Bam! All right. How many 15s? 1. Haha. Oh, that's a big. Yeah, there we go. Whee! How many 16s? 17s? 18s? 19s? And 20s, 2s. Bam! Beautiful dot plot. What percent of students take at least? So the question here is at least is the vocabulary word that we're struggling with sometimes still. At least means what?
16 and up.
16 and up. And 8 out of 15, which is 0.533, which is 53.3%, or just simply 53%. We would accept that as long as you show us the 8 over 15. How did you get 15?
That's the total.
How? Where? Where did you figure that out?
On the
Counting the dots.
Also look at the numbers.
There we go. Well, you can look at the numbers. You can count the dots. There was a more think smarter, not harder way. Yeah, it says in the wording 15 students. So you don't have to count if it says it up there. We knew it was 15 because of right there.
Okay, the rest is not.
And again, I am missing one thing. The title. What is it? Well, that's what. No, that's the what? 15 students. The who. We title it with the who. Who is this about? Chart of shoe size and frequency. What percent of shoes are at most 6? What does at most mean?
8 over 15.
6 or less. Yes, I like that. 6 or less. So how many 6s or lesses are there?
70.
You got that by adding 44 with 26, which gives me 70.
Is it over 184 the way it's spelled?
70 out of how many?
Hold up.
So that's 140 plus another 100, 240, 254. Which gives me what? You didn't get number 3?
Wait.
It's, Ugh.
Wait, where did 254 come from? That's a total, like, we add everything. Oh, all the numbers?
Yeah, and if you want to, even because it's not there,
Oh.
which is 28%, you can always add a total.
It says 3 on his, but it's number 4 on yours.
Oh, the numbering's off.
It's number 4 on yours. It just says 3 on this.
There, I put 4. Yeah, what happened was that when I made this, I accidentally made 2 of this graph because I wanted to give you a little space up here. Some advice in this one. Some people wanted to do like this, and then the frequency. It could help you. So how many 10s, 12s, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you would like to have this addition, that's why I put that space there. So there was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2. I added this part right here. This isn't required. Let me actually just change the color. I'm going to change the color to red. I'm just pointing out that I gave it extra space for that reason. Okay? This right here, sometimes if these numbers are not in order, which I'm not guaranteeing you that tomorrow's exam the numbers will be in order. But if the numbers are not in order, you can either put them in order or you can make a frequency chart to help you so that when you make your dot plot. That was the point. That's the reason of that space. Huh? I will not guarantee that the numbers will be in order. Yeah, I was just going back and saying that's the reason why the space was there. All right. Number 5 on your paper. An environmental group conducted a study to determine whether crows in a certain region were ingesting food containing unhealthy levels of lead. A biologist classified lead levels greater than 6 parts per million ppm as unhealthy. The lead levels of a random sample of 23 crows in the region were measured and recorded. Below is the data as a stem plot. There's also the key. What percent of crows in a sample had lead levels that were classified as unhealthy? In other words, greater than 6.0 ppm.
4.
Yeah, so right here we have, so we have these and these, right? So we have 4 over 23, which is 0.17 or 17%. Again, if you leave your answer as 0.17, we're going to give you that credit. Okay. Last problem, ready?
No, that's not the
Create a split stem plot. And this one is not in order, right? So you can either put them in order and use the space there to put them in order, or we're going to go directly to here. Let me up the thickness on this. 86 is our big. Now, what did I already do wrong? What's already wrong? It's supposed to be a split stem. So 4, 4. Just to be careful. Actually, it turns out that if you did 4, 5, it would actually work because the second number is in the second bin. But let's always practice just writing the numbers twice. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8.
So they double?
Yes. Yeah. All right. So 48. Does that go in the first 4 or the second 4?
Second one.
Second. Only 0 through 4 on the top ones. So there's 44. Next number. Find the next lowest number. 55. First or second 5? Second. Any other 50s?
No.
All right. Next lowest number. 60. So first or second 6? So 0, 1, a 2 and a 3, Any other 60s? Yes, there is. There's a 65. There's a 64. Oh, there's a 4. There's a 4. 65 goes on the next one. Yes. 4, 5. 2 66s, so 6 and a 6. And an 8. All right, 70s. The lowest one, we have a 70, 2 70s and a 2 70s and 2 71s. 0 0 1 1. 0 0 1
And then there's, oh wait, there's 2 7s. And there's
1 1.
72.
A 72 and then 2 4s. So a 2, a 4, and a 4.
And the next one is 5 and then 6.
5 6.
7.
There's 2 7s? Yes, 7 7
And then
8 9. And then an 81, and then a 6 on the second one. Now, what am I missing? The key. So this would be any number. I like to just choose. So 5/5 represents what?
5.5.
No.
55.
55. And I forgot. And I'll make sure that the assignment has the units. But what is it? Does anybody know what the units are here?
Heart rate, so miles per miles per.
I'll make sure it's there tomorrow. But beats per minute, BPM. I'll make sure that it'll stay measured. It'll say something like measured in beats per minute, BPM. Circuit. And this is 26 bio students.
So it'll be 11 over 23 for the last question.
Last question: what percent have resting heart rates less than 70? Less than 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
11 over 26.
11 over 26.42, so 42%. So this will be, I'm going to post this up. You have the next 10 minutes. One page, one-sided. You can write whatever you would like to use and bring it to your exam tomorrow. So if you want to do one of these problems, whatever you want to do, you have the next 10 minutes. And I'm going to open up the exit ticket so you can pass it down. If you messed up and you need a backup. Sorry. Let me open up the last exit ticket so that you can answer it. Please do the exit ticket. How did you feel about today's review?
Very good, very good.
I will work on posting this up.